Win Allen Sally on the 29th of April 2012, Sunday evening on about 11:35 p.m. I'm going to be reading the epilogue to Beneath the Empire of the Birds by Carl Watson, a book by Carl Watson of short fiction set in the uptown neighborhood, which would be gentrified now, sadly so, but some of the area is still reminiscent of the short fiction and the subjects that are in this book. But the way he sums it up in Beneath the Empire of the Birds is quite sublime. Often in uptown, the passerby will witness objects flying out of windows, a plate, a bottle, a box of chicken bones, maybe a stone painted like a human face. It's nothing, really. It's just the way people live here, one possible action toward the affirmation of light and space. As light needs space, the mind needs to fly. It's what the birds know and what we can only marvel at, to see and feel, but never really to touch. It's why we aspire. One thing that struck me when I first came here was the fantastic color and number of bird tattoos that people wear. Symbols of desire? Maybe. Of course, a lot of birds can also be seen be a sign of madness when they reel, whirling wildly chaotic in our minds. This chaos lends to silence the potential of a story. It gives form to the forlorn imagination, raising those subterranean rumblings to the pitch of noise. Song is one structure upon chaos. History is another. The history of Uptown can be considered the history of noise, of where and how such confusion begins. Apparently, there had been one or more large mental facilities that were torn down years ago. Their residents left to wander the streets. And as with Rome, the knowledge these institutions contained disintegrated into random eccentric personalities. An argument that might once have been philosophy continued to be carried out in tightly twisted, minute aspects of a degraded theme in 1,000 dingy rooms among many kinds of nomads. There were the dog eaters, the pop can collectors, pimps, crackers, Cherokees, Apaches, Blackfoot, the refugees from war-torn countries, and the shit-faced preachers, the halfway house people, and the no-way plain crazy people. The cripples and professors of socio, orno, psychopara, theology from the junior colleges and the saloons. The salvationists and criminologists and population theorists. The studiers and the subjects they studied. The men and women of all colors who lived in the hotels and hung around the day labor offices and drank in the recesses of doorwells and stared out at nothing and talked incessantly all day to no one. Everyone was jabbering and squawking and fidgeting and balking about what to do and where and how to get what they could out of the visceral grit and swirl around them. And although the area has gone through many changes, it continues to draw a strange energy from this confrontation, constantly recreated within itself. Beacon talon, coarse tongue, pecker fist, fingernail, and pointed eye. End of part 1.